Create that energy. Let's go. I'm Kat, and this is Brenda, and you are watching Babes Unscripted.
Your story reminds me so much of a really good family friend and my ex-boyfriend. So, some way, somehow, I ended up dating my friend's brother, right? And they lost their mom. He was 15 and she, I think, was in her early 20s. And it was very sudden. She had some issues with her liver, I believe. And all of a sudden, he was 15 without a mom, and she was basically raising her brother. And they also didn't have a lot of finances, and they ended up having to go to a homeless shelter.
Wow.
And she is just such an inspiration because she really took that on, right? Could you imagine now your story plus adding a sibling that you have to take care of, right? But that's what amazes me about you is that you really took all of that and decided to be of service to other people, right?
Yeah.
And
that's not easy.
Yeah. And I love you for sharing that story, because I think there's so many people out there who probably go through the same thing. And I remember him always telling me when we were dating, he was like, you know, getting over your parent is something that you can't ever do, your parent passing. And you know what? He's right. And at the same time, the way that you talk about it, where it's like, you know what, my mom is always with me, and it's a positive thing, and you let that empower you,
Yeah.
is just a beautiful way to honor her and to have your life progress in such a way where you're then making something of it.
Right.
Right. And honoring her through that service that you're doing for others. So I love that.
And I always tell people that, like, cherish what you got, you know, handle it. And if there's some conflict right now, it's not worth it. Like, whatever it is not worth it.
Yeah.
So everything is just, in time.
And you did something else really amazing when it comes to weight loss. I still can't believe that you did this, and I need some major tips on this. But you actually went on a cruise and lost weight. Tell us how you did that.
So I started in October thinking about what my doctor said. And I wasn't sleeping right. And I'll be honest with you, I was going to reconnect with an old boyfriend. And one day he told me, I don't think it's going to work. You're too fat. He didn't say it in those words.
Okay.
He said, it's me. But I said, no, you said I'm fat. You're going fat. So I wasn't angry. I did a little bit of meditation that night. And I was like, my doctor told me that I have to take this medication. My doctor told me I'm pre-diabetic. I need to fix this. Because, like you said, since COVID, you've had a difficult time to get, and that was me. Like, I didn't know what else to do because I was home for a whole 2 years. The gym is open, the gym is not open. The gym is, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like,
and then have to work out with a mask. It was so uncomfortable.
It's not even that. You couldn't, it was dangerous. Mm-hmm. You can't go out and walk and exercise. So what do you do at home? And I didn't know about the Oculus at the time, and I didn't know about any of this. I was like, you know what, Wanda, get your shit together. So I when the doctor told me to take medication, that was no, I'm not doing that. My mom passed away. She had like 35 prescriptions. So I'm PTS on it. Like, I'm like, I looked at her, I was like, no. And she told me, well, you know, you have to do it. And I was like, no, you're fired. That's what I'm doing. So I got another doctor who said, let's do this. This is the plan. So I was planning on, okay, what am I going to do this month? So January, which was the cruise, I said, I'm not going to drink at all. I know that Carnival Cruise has a nutritionist that you can plan your meal. And then I said, damn, this is expensive. So why get a nutritionist when I already know how to control my eating? So instead of going to the buffet thing, because this would have been my sixth cruise. So I've experienced all food. That food was not even like
because you get like 5 restaurants. People don't know that the cruise that
Yeah.
they tell you beforehand you're gonna gain weight. Everybody gains weight.
It's nonstop eating.
But
Every
guess
5
what?
minutes there's something.
Exactly. Guess what Carnival is doing now? They actually have workshops on how to eat right. And I told Miss Ruby, I don't care what you're doing with your thing, but this chick, I gotta go to those workshops.
Amazing.
So they had this workshop where they actually tell you for every cup of coffee that you drink, you need, I think it was like he said 9 cups of water to
Seriously?
Yeah. And if it was alcohol,
Thank God I only have one.
Yeah. So I want you to research that. How many cups of water does it take for every cup of coffee or alcohol? So ever since he said that, I was like, oh, it's gonna be water.
I didn't know that actually. 9 cups
I had no
of water?
idea.
Yeah.
No idea. Wow.
So for me, I knew that walking, getting up, going to the gym was weird because for some reason we got sick, both of us. Like for a couple of days, it was just like, oh, I'm just tired. But I did know this was 10 days. The cruise was 10 days. So one, I didn't get the drinking package, which I've done before. The unlimited, because the unlimited drinking, that's what makes you gain the weight. Because you're like, well, average, each drink is $15, but if I pay 56, yeah, I'm like, dude, $600 you're gonna spend? That's another trip to go somewhere else. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. So I made sure that I got my massages. I made sure that me and Miss Ruby would go to the sauna to sweat it out. But every cruise deck has like a track where you can walk. So I made sure that I completed my 15,000 steps, but I committed myself to do 20 every day. Because all you do in a cruise is walk around.
That's
Yeah.
it.
So, and the good thing about Carnival also is that you don't necessarily have to do the a la carte, you know, for breakfast. You don't have, you can really just go to the restaurant and have a meal. Like you don't, that's a distraction. Like, oh, damn, that bacon looks good. Oh man, I don't know. I
Yeah,
gotta
all
try
the
the banana.
choices. You get so many choices that you just want to get a little
And
bit of
you
everything.
yeah, you want to get a little bit of everything, and that's the distraction there. So that's why people gain weight. But one of the things, and when you are in that mode of I gotta work out, I gotta do this, you start looking at other people. There was so many people on a wheelchair, young. I'm like, this is not good. Like I remember going to Alaska, there was almost 30% of the cruise people who were there were on a wheelchair.
Oh,
Or
wow.
couldn't walk. Yeah. So I want people to pay attention to like not just your neighborhood and your community, or even then, you know, like we really, that's what I loved about Michelle Obama. Because she was all into like, we need to work out, we need to incorporate gym and fitness in the school. That doesn't happen anymore. Like, I don't even see recess anymore. Like, whatever happened to recess? I don't hear the so that's how I lost the weight. The objective overall was not to lose. It was just not to make sure I came back with whatever.
Right.
But I ended up losing.
Well, you just motivated me to do 15,000 steps because I was doing 10 because I'm in a challenge for work.
Okay.
So we're like in a group. So I'm gonna do 15.
Challenge yourself to do, challenge yourself to do 15. Don't be like everybody else.
Yeah.
And tell your mind like, yeah, you know, I like to dance. I can do a little. You'll be surprised. You'd be surprised the stuff you can do when you put yourself to challenge yourself. Yeah. But I love that cruise, and I did a lot of walking. You know, I stand up a lot. We really didn't sit down. So yeah, and rest. You have to rest and you have to sleep.
Amazing.
I
Such
love
a
it.
good job.
Who's going on a cruise again? You?
Me,
And
I'm going
when
on
are
a
you
cruise.
going? When?
End of June.
Okay.
End of June until the 4th of
1 second.
July.
Eventually, I'm going to send you both an invite to the Salty Coffee.
Of course.
Brenda, we can't wait for you to come to the financial
I'm
Black
excited.
Girls Do Web3. Miss Ruby does it live. She likes to do it live. She doesn't do, but her structure is totally different from mine. And that's okay because we're all
Yes.
different. We should be different, yeah.
That's what I
But,
love about podcasting, though. Like, I'm not recognizing everybody kind of has like their own way of
Their
doing
own way. Yeah.
platform, their own structure, and I'm loving that.
Yeah, I love it. But other than that, what I wanted to tell you, Kat, is that the other day when I sent you the message about, oh, I have an idea. So I don't know. Do you guys listen to Tanya TKO?
That sounds familiar.
She's the knockout. She calls her listeners the knockout. She's on YouTube.
I haven't.
No.
But she's a self-care specialist, right?
Okay.
And she did this thing one time where because she has a lot of followers. So it was about 300 of us for Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. So what she did was she separated, like she got a room with a virtual room for health care. She did a whole what's that thing called? When you not meditate, but when you do
scripting.
No.
Hypnotherapy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
She did that virtually and it worked.
Yes.
But so my idea to you was we all pay, one fee to you, right? And then you get all these speakers or whatever.
Oh.
And so what Tanya TKO did was she had the list of the things for us to purchase aside from paying for the ticket. And on that list, she had a pre-painted like a man and a woman, like you pick whatever you want. But the objective for her show was for you to manifest the man that you want.
Ooh, I love it.
So she had like the hypnosis to get rid of the asshole or whatever. And then she had like the one where you
cutting the soul ties and then
people can pick, whatever they want from the list. She also made her famous cocktail drink. So she had the recipe. So everybody, so you have the list of things that it was less than $20, everything that she asked you to buy. So you create the list of what people should get. And then we all come one day and we start doing it. This was a half a day thing. But
I love it.
I had some, so she had a DJ. So we did a whole dance thing. So that was my idea because I thought it would be really nice for the people that you have.
Yeah, and
I'm looking for one.
One of the things that we're doing in another group on Wednesdays called Course Creators is we're trying to create courses together. But the objective is to have a virtual event with like all of us, right? And so, that you, Ruby, right? Everybody. You already have a course for a Canva course. That's I think I told you about Course Creators too. You know about it, right? But the whole point was people who don't have a course to get the course running so that we all have something to offer. Right. So we all have something like some kind of paid opt-in, whether it's your book or your course or something.
And that space that Miss Ruby has a mansion in the virtual reality that
amazing.
Has several rooms. Like that would be amazing if you could do it through there.
Yes.
Yeah. So
absolutely. I love that idea.
Yeah.
So and I think we should start doing a lot, even if they're like little ones, because that way the more we get practice, then we can have like the larger size events, right? And then the more we do them, the more our audiences can see that, and then we can really, make this something huge.
Right. Weird. Yeah. So I enjoyed that because it was all women. It was private. Nobody else was gonna come in, to interrupt and be the Debbie Downer, like, this is crazy. Who's painting things? like there's always some people who were like so negative. Yeah. But
I
yeah.
would love to mimic that. Like, a lot of us are single, right? So, I'm a hypnotist, right? I do have
Yeah.
hypnotherapy and
Yeah.
meditation. We can totally, I'm a master manifester,
Yeah. Because when
right?
I started reading your thing, I was like, oh my God, this is exactly what she should do. Like she should be doing this, like getting everybody together who has something to offer. It doesn't have to be too much. It could just be like 3 fun things to do,
Yes.
But the painting thing was very relaxing. Then the hypnosis thing, the one she did was for us to remove karma, like negative karma or something like
Yeah.
that. Pulling the plug, and she took us deep. There was one person that didn't wake up in the thing, and so she like really had to like
Yeah.
wake them up. Yeah. So, but it was
I'm
good.
curious because that doesn't work for me, but I need to try that. Like that. Anything that hypnotism doesn't work for me.
Yeah. No, I
I'm
went
curious
deep.
to
It was
try it.
you go from one level, then you go to another level, and you go
Mhm.
down to the basement, so it's really dark.
I need to try
And
that.
you're in a
Definitely.
table, and yeah, it was amazing. I
I
loved
gotta
it.
check her out. Tanya TKO.
Yeah. She's a little crazy right now, but but she also created a vitamin E thing and makeup. So she also does that. But I just listen to her because I love to listen to her because she takes the incident like for um, celebrities, whatever's happening to the incident, so that we can acknowledge what's really happening. Why
Mm,
women, what's happening in that scenario that we should look at on ourselves, but not necessarily like it's not
yeah.
about the people. It's what's happening.
Yeah.
Why do women continuously happen? Why does this happen to us? Like we end up with losers, like things like that. And she's really like firm, like, no, you're dusty. Oh,
That's
but
so funny.
yeah, she's funny. But do you work for Fidelity, Brenda?
No,
They had
Fidelity is my brokerage. That's what I use. Fidelity.
was it in your book or something?
It was in
Because
my
oh,
book.
okay. Because
Yes.
I'm like, how did I end up with this? So
Because it's like I've read JL Collins. He talks about Vanguard a lot, and then I ended up using Fidelity because of the gentleman Jeremy who I met. He's that millionaire who actually looked at my portfolio,
mhm.
and I fell in love with the user
So they
interface of
have a
Fidelity.
women's workshop
They do. They
on
do.
virtual. So I've been doing like
Yeah.
3 of them already,
Oh yeah.
and they sent me the Roth IRA versus HRA.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have this thing called
Mm-hmm.
HRA.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, oh, how did I end up getting all these emails? I was like, it's Brenda's book, the link. Okay. But thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so
And
Thank
much.
you, my love.
yeah,
Can't wait
and
for you to interview me.
I know. Because I told Miss Ruby, I said, man, you're gonna talk about the finances with her, and to promote her book, but I'm gonna I'm gonna go deep with Brenda on my interview with her because she was a single mom and that's what I talk about and self-care stuff like that. So I won't go too deep.
I might end up crying. Might be like a therapy session up in that piece.
No, because I
I'm
want
just
you to
kidding.
be prepared because there's a lot of people going through that right now. Your book inspired me to like, so I gave it to my daughter. I was like, "You're 31, read this. Like, you really need
Like
to read
like
this.
now, like
Like
now,
now,
yeah, because
right?"
she's right on that the cusp.
Talking with you, it feels like just talking with an old friend. I love the girl chat.
Mm-hmm.
You're so amazing. Tell everybody where they can find you and all your things.
Yes.
My website is www.saltycoffeepodcast.com. And that's where you can find all of my links to my TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, everything you want. So on my
Yes.
website, you can actually find the last 5 episodes from Spotify. So that's where you find me.
And make sure as you're typing it, you sound like a New Yorker, okay? Say salty
Coffee.
coffee.
Salty Coffee
Coffee.
Podcast.
Coffee.
I love it. I love it. Yes, ma'am.
I love it.
Thank you so much.
And then let me tell you, she has been babed. You have
Yes.
been babed. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here with us. Please come back again and chat with us. You're going to be seeing more of Ms. Salty Coffee and podcast babes and more beautiful things in the future. I can just see it and feel it now.
I too.
Yes.
Me too.
Yes.
All right.
Amazing.
See you later, guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for tuning in to Babes Unscripted. We hope you've enjoyed today's episode and found it both entertaining and insightful. If you want more unfiltered and unscripted conversations, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notified when we post new episodes. Remember, life is unscripted, and we're here to embrace every moment of it with you. Until next time, stay unfiltered, stay authentic, and stay fabulous. This is your host, Brenda Paz and Kat, signing off Babes Unscripted. Bye now.